Good morning, everyone. Today I will be presenting my heuristic solution using computational thinking. The problem I select is called Smart Shopping Optimization, which is based on a real-life decision-making situation. Non-routine problems are problems that cannot be solved using a fixed formula or memorized steps. They require high-order thinking skills such as analysis, evaluation, and creativity. Unlike routine problems, these problems often reflect real-life situations where decisions are not straightforward. For example, when managing money or making choice, we need to think carefully instead of just applying formula. This is why computational thinking is important in modern education. Here is a comparison about routine and non-routine problems. Routine problems can be solved using standard procedures, while non-routine problems require flexible thinking and strategy. Here is a table which compares the differences between routine problem and non-routine problem. Here is a problem involved making the best decision under a limit budget in order to maximize overall value. You have a budget about 100 ringgit and your goal is making a maximized value with the limit budget. In this problem, I'm giving a budget of 100 ringgit. There are 4 items, each with a different price and value score. The challenge is to select a combination of items that does not exceed the budget while maximizing the total value. This simulates a real-life shopping decision where we want the best value for our money. Here is a table about the item and its price and the value. Item A have a price of 20 and a value 30. Item B have a price of 50 and have a value of 80. Item C have a price 30 and a value 45. Item D have a price of 40 and a value 60. The reason why this problem is a non-routine problem. This problem reflects real-life decision-making where multiple options must be evaluated before selecting the best outcome. Because there is no direct formula to solve it, there are many combinations, and each combination gives a different result. Therefore, I need to think strategically and compare different options. This involves decision-making skills, which are essential in real-world problem solving. To solve this problem, I apply computational thinking. Computational thinking is a structured way of solving problems using logical steps. It includes decomposition, pattern recognition, abstraction, algorithmic design, and evaluation. These steps help simplify complex problems and guide us toward the best solution. Decomposition helps simplify the problem by breaking it into smaller and more manageable parts. I use decomposition to break the problems into smaller parts. I identify the item, their price, and their value. I also consider the budget constraint. By breaking the problem down, it becomes easier to manage and analyze each part step by step. Pattern recognition. Pattern recognition allows us to identify relationships between price and value in order to make better decisions. I use pattern recognition to identify useful patterns. For example, I compare the value of each item relative to its price. Items with higher value for lower cost are more efficient. I also observe that combining certain items can produce better results than choosing a single expensive item. Abstraction focus on the most important information while ignoring unnecessary details. I apply abstraction by focusing only on the important information. In this case, I only consider price and value. I ignore other unnecessary details such as brand or type of item. This helps simplify the problem and allow me to focus on what really matters. An algorithm provides a clear step-by-step process to ensure that all possible solutions are evaluated systematically. I design an algorithm to solve the problem step by step. First, I list all possible combinations of items. Second, I remove combinations that exceed the budget of 100 ringgit. Third, I calculate the total value for each remaining combination. Then I compare all the results. Finally, I select the combination with the highest value. Result analysis. After comparing all possible combinations, the most efficient solution can be identified based on the highest total value within the budget. I attempt several possible combinations. For example, A plus B given a value of 110, while A plus C plus D given a value of 135, and the B plus C give a value of 125. However, the combination of B and D given the highest value of 140. This combination also stay within the budget, making it the optimal solution. Here is the final answer. The optimal solution is the combination that provides the highest value without exceeding the budget constraint. The best combination is item B and D. The total price is 90 ringgit and within the budget. The total value is 140, which is the highest among all combinations. This shows that selecting the right combination is more important than simply choosing the cheapest or most expensive item. Reflection and evaluation. This approach demonstrates how structured thinking improves decision making, although it may become more complex with larger data sets. This heuristic approach is effective because it provides a structural way of thinking. It helps random guessing and support better decision making. This method can be applied in real-life situations such as budgeting and planning. However, one limitation is that it may become time-consuming when the number of items increase. In such case, more advanced tools or algorithms may be needed. In conclusion, computational thinking enables effective problem-solving by transforming complex situations into structured and manageable processes. Computational thinking plays an important role in solving non-routine problems. It helps us approach problems in a logical and systematical way. This method is not only useful in mathematics but also in real-life decision-making. It also helps develop higher order thinking skills that are important in the 21st century. These are the references used in this assignment. That is all from me. Thank you for your attention.